tell her, listen, I don't care how it works. I just want to know what it does and what it will do for my company. So bear that in mind. When you're dealing with the D, get straight to the bottom line. And I know it's going to tear y'all up, but mostly the C's, to not give the details. I had a phone call. I own a maid service in Sarasota, and I had a phone call, said, Mr. Kauffman, it was one of my technicians. I was in the upstairs room, the one with the blue carpet. It has a bunk bed over on the right-hand side. The fan was going around clockwise, and there was a teddy bear on the top part of this bed, and I started feeling something coming up from my toes. And I said this, just tell me what happened. Guess what she said? The vacuum broke. That's all I needed to know. Hey, Mr. Kauffman, I was in the room and the vacuum broke. That's all I need. Okay, great. I'll send one over. But for that person, she felt that it was very necessary to tell me what was happening leading up to it. Now, when y'all deal with them, it's not just a one-way street. You have to start going into SeaWorld. You like that? Y'all get to go to SeaWorld a lot, right? Because you have to start telling detail, things that make you just feel like, oh my goodness, but that's what they need. That's what they need. How many of you understand that when you give other people what they need, you have a deeper influence on people? Would you agree with me? Absolutely. So that's what we're going to be. We're going to be very fair and balanced all the way around here. So I'm coming to you. You're going to be last, so just be patient. I promise it'll be okay. All right. So the strengths for a D, they're strong-willed, determined, independent, optimistic, practical, productive, decisive. They're a leader, and they're very confident. They will jump out of a perfectly good airplane without a parachute. Halfway down the ground, they'll say, man, I really should have thought about this parachute thing, but I'll figure something out. And they usually do. It's not very pretty, but they figure it out. Now, when I have more time in this class, I usually give each group half a ream of paper, a bottle of water, and a roll of tape. And we have every group build a bridge that can hold the bottle of water out of paper and tape. The only requirement is I have to be able to come in and put my hand through the span without touching it. That's the only requirement. There's no size, whatever you want to build. The D's, which ones get done first? The D's. It's uglier than a mud fence, but it works. And it's very fast, and they get the job done. They're done 10 minutes before time, and they're looking over, look at them, they're still working. What's wrong with them? That's how they are. The I's, they never finish. They have a draft built by the time they're finished, a paper draft, and they're having so much fun, and they're just talking, but they never finish. The S's, this is what happens over here at the S's when we do that exercise. They will look at each other and say, do you want to be in charge? No, I don't. No. You be in charge. No, I don't have to be in charge. No, what? And here's what they do. Let's form a committee. And they work on it together. Now, we're going to talk about the S's here shortly, but they love cooperation. The D's like results. They like cooperation. The weaknesses for the D-type person is they can get very angry, they can seem very cruel, sarcastic, domineering, inconsiderate, proud, crafty, self-sufficient, and unemotional. What we're looking for here is balance between those two, because all of these strengths are very, very good. We need that. All right, stop. Every single time I do this, somebody from the I does exactly what this gentleman just did. Did we not have that yesterday? Somebody said, I need to be over here, and they go halfway and stop. People are so predictable if you know their patterns. They are so predictable. That's great. I love it. All right. So what we're looking for is a balance between your strengths and your weaknesses. You need to have that balance. All right. Let's go to the I's. Every time. You just have to say I. And they just go, you know? I love it. Now, it's important to know that my profile, I'm off the charts at D, but I'm also off the charts in I. I love to have fun. So I'm kind of like a fun-loving Donald Trump. I get a lot of stuff done. All right?
I know the entertainer.
Yes.
Fluffy.
Yeah. Okay. The I type, the word I stands for inspiring. They're very inspiring. They love to inspire people. They love to have fun. So inspiring, influence, impressive, influencing, impressive, interesting, impressionable, important, interchangeable, interested in people. Can't even read my own writing here. Impulsive, and here's the kicker. Illogical. Sometimes we tend to exaggerate. My mom told me 1,000,000 times to quit exaggerating. Right? You got it. Right? You know, I went fishing the other day and I caught the biggest fish. It was this big. You see what I'm doing? Yeah. But we exaggerate when we do like this, but we say the truth, but we exaggerate. So the I type can be illogical sometimes. We see the possibility of just going to the moon in a Pinto. You know? We can do it. Absolutely. Let's go. Let's have fun. All right? So percentage worldwide, there's about 25 to 30% worldwide that are in the I category. Isn't that interesting? 10%, 25 to 30 over here. The examples that I picked out, an entertainer and a politician, and again, this is not a political